Good evening, sir. I am Joel G. Polino. This is NSTP CWTS. So I have here my script. I wrote this earlier, and I have my answers. I'm just gonna read it and explain some of it. So, what is meant by gender? The socially constructed roles, behaviors, expressions, and identities of girls, women, boys, men, and persons of all genders are referred to as gender. It affects how an individual act and connect with one another, how they view themselves and other people, and how power and resources are distributed in society. So this basically means that gender is how you view people, how they act, how you see the behaviors, expressions, and how you see their identities, if they're men or women, or boy or girl. So the second one is, what is the difference between gender equity, gender equality, and women's empowerment? So, gender equality refers to outcomes that are same for men, women, and persons of all genders. The method used to promote gender equality is known as gender equity. Gender equity acknowledges that women and persons of different genders identities do not share the same starting position as men. Due to the historical and societal disadvantage, this is the case. So this means that without gender equality, there is no gender equity, because gender equity is the one that promotes gender equality. So because of that, we have gender equality, and that's it. So why is it that gender equality is important? This is very common among all questions, but this is very understandable. Without it, violence against women and girls is avoided by gender equality. It is necessary for the health of the economy. Women and men are valued equally in societies which are safer and healthier human rights that includes gender equality. So this means that without gender equality, men can easily overpower other women in society, because men are far more superior than physically. Anything, I think almost anything, men are more physically. So we need gender equality to do that. Without gender equality, the world would be in chaos as always, because men would always overpower us. But thankfully, the people of today respect gender equality is more important than anything. Is gender equality a concern for men? Gender equality emphasizes that both men and women's interests, needs, and priorities are taken into account. Respecting the diversity of various groupings of men and women, gender equality should involve the concern of both men and women equally, and it's not just a women's issue. So, as what I've said here in my script, gender equality is not always issued for men, but also issued for women. Some people today always push us to the edge because we're men, we need to respect gender equality. But some of the women today, they take us an advantage about that. Just because we're men, we are far more gentlemen than all the women. So some of it take advantage to it because of the gender equality. So last one is, discuss any of your experience about gender and development. With this, cultural, social, economic, and political conventions, processes, and structures institute and maintain that women and men have different developmental requirements and interests. So this is so easy. Men and women have different needs and wants when they grow up. Just not issuing by gender. All people have needs and wants differently, but the needs and wants of women and men are far more different than each other, because women's body don't work the same as the men's body, as we can see about that. So what I've said about this, there are development of us. Even I know I have development in my own body. So that's it. That's my take about gender equality and equity. That's all, sir. Thank you and good night.